Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fermi Paradox. We're seeing the rise of the Rama Scholar Empire here, as they've now inhabited 3 planets. And the Koor Empires have sent off a ship, and of course we have the dying last call of the human empire over here. Or the humans once inhabited the system. So sad. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the Koor. I think that they're where I want to start. Let's foster them. Let's bring them to Utopia here. Be a warlike Utopia. The Koor Ark Ship crew assembles an oral history of their journey. Question mark. Nothing really happened. Does our captain have the wisdom to guide us well? Mega Traveler Scientific Factions. These are our new technological age. These are our newest voyagers off of the Rama homeworld. Mega Travelers reach the Lightspeed Age. Oh, we're getting so close here, you guys. Racing into Lightspeed Age, interstellar journeys are shortened from centuries to mere decades. Let's see how they're going to do. We've got 47 synthesis. I don't know if I want to spend that on wisdom, though. Because that's 47. I think maybe we'll go for power. We'll raise our potential a bit, and we'll gain the synthesis here. When exploration and travel bring them closer to contact with alien species, the Mega Travelers accelerate their arms race to light speed. Yeah. Let's gain a little bit from that. Because they're not quite the utopia that they are on Tau Ceti 3. Lightspeed Age technology gives the Mega Travelers the ability to harvest resources from gas giants in the Sirius System. The Mega Travelers in the Sirius System mourn the death of a beloved master. Let's lower their amount of people. A solar flare destroys a large traveler extraplanetary city in the Sirius System. So, actually something we probably want to be careful of, thinking about it, is lowering the population of a planet that has such a high potential casualty rate, because that was the exact same situation we found ourselves in with humanity. So we probably want to focus on raising their population so that we can combat that if something bad were to happen. But as for right now, we're going to focus on technology. We're going to try and light speed everybody towards singularity status as fast as possible, because we're getting so close. But if something happens like this, Tabby Star, this is the first Rama tribe here. Independence Wars. Repudiating generations of abuse, repudiating, that's the word. I didn't even say it right that time. Repudiating generations of abuse and exploitation by their oppressors, far-flung territories on Tabby Prime declare their independence from the dominant Taurian colonial power. Their former sovereign retaliates. Their former sovereign, learn to read. Their former sovereign retaliates with expeditionary. Can they just use smaller words? I'm sorry, I'm an educated individual, but they're using gigantic words in this game. Expeditionary, whatever, fast forces sent to squash the uprising. When we revolt, it's not for a particular culture. We revolt simply because, for many reasons, we can no longer breathe. Ooh. Wow. That really hits home, and that was said in the 20th century by a French Caribbean revolutionary. Wow. That's deep. Okay, so we can sue for peace, have regular conflict, or total war. Again, I don't really want to set them on the wrong path here. Do I want to just go for peace? They're still in the industrial age, but regular conflict. Vicious wars of independence rage on Tabby Prime. The colonies eventually win their freedom, but at a monstrous price. They'll lose 10.6 million casualties, or they'll lose 10.6 million Rama. I'm going to go for peace. We're going to spend the synthesis. The expeditionary forces defect and join the Taurian rebels working to nurture the growth of a free society. Yeah, I like the sound of that. That's going to set us up right in the future. Let's lower the casualty rate. The fanatic sociologist of the Tabby Star colony inspired the Taurians to live peacefully. The Taurian followers establish a new nation. They have some deliberation. All right, Koor Ark Ship. How are you guys doing over here? They receiving alien signals. Isn't that exciting? The commander of the obsessed commander. The commander of the Ark ship is awoken from cryosleep after intercepting Rama rock and roll music from the Rama civilization. The commander becomes obsessed with the cryptic alien message, believing it to hold the fate of the crew and even the entire species. Determination could easily become obsession. Are they gonna like make a detour? We don't have, of course, we don't have enough for enthusiasm because we just spent it. Doubting the validity of the Rama rock and roll music, the crew views the commander's behavior as delusional, fearing their mission will be jeopardized. A new commander is installed. The commander becomes paranoid, claiming that the Rama civilization is a threat to the ship. The crew is ordered to enhance the combat effectiveness of the Ark ship. Why do I feel like that is the most car thing I could pick? I might be shooting myself in the foot here. Probably am. I'm definitely shooting myself in the foot, but I really want to go for the hostility side of it, just for the roleplay aspect, because that's like the Car, a very warlike society. And we'll see how that turns out. Gaining more dystopia, more potential casualties, but they will be investigating the signal. The commander becomes paranoid. All right, let's go for that. Let's see here. Do I want to gain resources? Set the question mark. Some of the Koor Ark ship atomic launchers are undergoing repairs. Let's gain some resources back. Koor Ark ship support systems are optimized by the Koor engineers. A brilliant rocket scientist's findings are a topic of discussion among the crew. Let's raise the utopia a little bit here. The Koor Ark ship crew assembles an oral history of the journey. Let's go for resources again. Relay computers simulate efficiency protocols for the Koor Ark ship crew. Let's lower their potential casualties. Armed astronauts on the Koor Ark ship are reassigned to non-military positions among the crew. How is back home doing? Extinction. Terrific. Not good, apparently. In the relentless hunt for military supremacy, the Koor conduct tests of new high-altitude fusion explosives. A few wary scientists note that chain reaction ignition of atmospheric particles could transform Gliese Sea itself into a gigantic bomb. Knowing he was going to be the first atom bomb test, I asked him how he planned to deal with the danger of rattlesnakes. He said, "I'll take along a bottle of whiskey." I ended by asking, "What would you do about those possibilities of a nuclear explosion propagating in the atmosphere?" Bob replied, "Take a second bottle of whiskey." Can we save them? Let's find out. So we've got 60. That would take all of our synthesis, but we'd have a close call. We could do minimal survivors or complete extinction, which I don't want to do. I've had enough extinction in this game. If I can help it, I would love to save them. So the wary scientists are mostly ignored. Bomb tests at Gliese Sea's atmosphere aflame, and surface-dwelling Car die instantly. Let's go for the close call. It's probably going to lead to something awful for the Rama, but I don't care. I don't want them to have to deal with that. They only have 2 billion of them. That's not, well, I mean, that's a fair amount, but they would only have 1 billion left. The wary scientists' concerns are acknowledged, and test operators take precautions to minimize reactivity in Gliese Sea's atmosphere. All right. Let's go ahead. Just try and get some of this synthesis back. The Car established a new empire. On Gliese Sea, the work of remarkable nuclear scientists is widely circulated. Let's go for the utopia. Advances in Car architecture inspire a redesign of their residential areas. Let's go more dystopia. An ambitious Car empire conquers new territories. So the Car empires are doing pretty good over here now that we've saved them. New cargo planes transport goods in Car across Gliese Sea. Not another philosopher ruler. Oh, now they're in a resource crisis, and I'm not going to be able to save them from this. Scarcity crisis in Gliese. Radioactive deposits are becoming scarce in the Gliese system. The effects of an innate consumption brought the Car civilization to a breaking point. While they are dealing with the resource scarcity, will the Empire Will the empires find ways to prevent the complete exhaustion of their environment, or will they turn against each other? So we saved them from annihilation just to have them starve to death. Great. Resources exhaust in 100 years. I guess we're going to go for crisis. Because war... Well, I mean, war's not terrible. The Koor pick up their automatic rifles and fight over access to the remaining radioactive deposits. Naval battle fleets destroy entire residential areas of the so-called plutonium wars. We'll lose quite a few. But I'm only going to have a... Wait. I have a 62% chance of hostilities, which is not a good rate here. So the only thing I can hope for is that if I do war, and then we can focus on getting them more resources as the things pop up, as the moats pop up for us. So let's go for war. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to take a little bit off their technology because they're spending their time in war. All right. Rama Scholar Shrouds depopulation. Great. Everyone's doing fantastic. Smart buildings in the orbital habits of Tau Ceti have provided generations of Rama with efficient and comfortable housing that could be adapted on the fly by a centralized AI. Recently, core systems have deteriorated and gone haywire, making this smart architecture into a death trap. Our organic creators started small. They created automated rooms that provided them with sustenance, and then entire smart buildings that restructured themselves while inhabited by sentient organic life forms. But they miscalculated the network effect and scaled these systems up to a city level. After the first million bio lives were ended to make room for more network infrastructure, our creators seized with panic. The spectrum spiral. Post-singularity. What do we got here? We can't prevent it. We don't have enough. We could have a massive depopulation. Doesn't tell me how much. Or we could have a regular development. The broken smart buildings are deactivated and demolished in the Rama orbital habitats. Underprivileged inhabitants of the Tau Ceti system still live in the ruins of the failed smart cities. Buggy AI corrupted the entire Tau Ceti system's smart building network over generations. Unable to deactivate it, the Rama had to get used to the horrific reality of being murdered by their own homes. Ugh. God, that sounds awful. So, I mean, we take a hit to the population. We're actually doing... I feel like we got 32 billion. That's a pretty decent amount. We've got a lot of resources. So, I feel like as bad as it... Because that sounds absolutely awful. I mean, after coming out of the AI wars and you have your AI homes destroy you... as awful as that is, I kind of want to take the synthesis because I think they'll survive and be okay. Especially with the potential casualties being as low as it is. But then we can use that for one of the other societies that might be struggling a little bit more. We're going to do that. Malevolent smart buildings frequently murdered their Rama inhabitants on a regular basis. The core network was corrupted over many generations and could not be deactivated without triggering a system-wide catastrophe. Yikes. I'm going to take a little bit of hit to the resources there. Self-replicating machines built by the Rama devour all valuable resources in a Tau Ceti system space region. Okay, so they're doing great with their robots. This is like the slow death of the Terminators couldn't do. A charismatic Rama scholar clone rises to power in the Tau Ceti system. Oh, that's right. I forgot they all had their clones. I think we're going to lower... Let's just take a regular moat. The Rama mourn the death of a beloved scholar clone. Another one. They're dying like flies. They're being murdered by their homes. Alright, let's take Tau Ceti 3. The new ideas are brilliant. True clones are circulated widely among the Rama. Alright, new technological age for the Koor tribes. They're in the digital age now. The Koor are now connected via computer network systems. They've got the internet. Okay. So we can go for wisdom, which would give them a boost to get them up here. But I feel like we need to keep the synthesis for something bad that's going to happen. So I think we'll probably go with advancement, especially since the resource scarcity is at 100 years. So we should probably go for that so that they can have a little bit of a boost there. And speaking of which, let's see if we can boost their resources here. The digital age technology allows the Koor optimal access to all Gliese resources. The Koor established new government. Nice. Rama Scholar Shroud. Tau Ceti is receiving alien signals from humanity? The quantum supercomputers of a regular Rama true AI are picking up weak traces of the last human signal from the Sol system. True clones start to analyze the data from many light years away while they figure out that this is a message from the humans. The galactic history of transmission waves is fascinating, but also tragic. So many species never knew about the existence of others because the signals emitted from faraway civilizations were too fragmented to be seen for what they were. Rao Rao, Shoshone, Transspecies Archivist. Galactic Year Alpha. Alright. I don't know what hostility would do for them, because they're already gone. A rival Scholar Shroud finds out about the last human signal and sends a large military space fortress to destroy the true AI before scientific secrets about the human civilization can be uncovered. This incident leads to massive military tensions between the Rama Scholar Shrouds. So someone fears that the last signal is going to do something awful to them, and so they destroy the AI that's analyzing it. I don't know. I mean, we could take a hit there, but then we'd increase our potential casualties and lower our utopia. You know, I feel like they're in a stage right now with AI. It might make sense for them to destroy the true AI out of fear. Yeah, let's do that, and then we can make sure that we get synthesis for other societies, because I think, like I said, they're doing okay. So crazy. I wonder what happens when the human signal reaches these guys. Let's go to... Actually, I don't want these guys. I want the Ark Ship. Yeah. Because I want to make sure that they have enough resources as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just take a regular moat. They take over system maintenance in a new generation. We only have 9,000 car, though. I probably should be picking some of the ones that help them grow a bit. Mega Traveler Scientific Divisions. So this is the newest endeavor. Expert-based government. The Mega Travelers create panels of scientific experts to guide policy decisions. All legislation is reviewed by the scientific community, who explore its potential impacts using meticulously detailed simulations. We've arranged a society on science and technology in which nobody understands anything about science and technology, and this combustible mixture of ignorance and power sooner or later is going to blow up in our faces. Ooh, Carl Sagan. That's... God, I feel like we're living that. I'm sorry, 21st century Carl Sagan doesn't listen to you. Because we literally have a society that does not listen to science and reason and just want to believe what they want to believe. And it also comes down to money and power as well. Who's got the money? Who has the power? Who wants to keep their power? So crazy. So let's see how they're going to handle it. So we can give them the civilization pillar, which would burn all of our synthesis, but would help them, like, possibly get to singularity quicker. Or we can just do a regular development. I feel like something bad is going to happen. I feel like I want to hang on to the synthesis. Dead End doesn't really do anything. We could gain 20 synthesis, but I feel like I still want them to move forward, because the faster I can get them and the car to singularity, the more likely we are to have a win state in this game. So a science-informed approach to government policy advances the Mega Travelers, accelerating the speed of research and new discoveries. All right, question marks. The Mega Travelers author several volumes on the colonization of Dogstar. So they're actually doing okay here, but we want to, if we can lower the potential casualties, that would be really nice. The Traveler colonists establish a new scientific division. Let's see here. Let's raise the amount of people. We're pretty low. Or raise the amount of growth, I should say. The Mega Travelers founded a promising new extraplanetary city. In the Sirius System, they mourn the death of a beloved master. Question mark. Gain some synthesis there. And I think, yeah, we're raising our potential war casualties there. The mega travelers found a promising new extraplanetary city. Oh, they're getting signals. It must be from the humans as well. The car builds several unmanned space probes to examine their solar system. One of these probes wanders far into the Oort cloud of the Gliese System, is picking up... Oh, it's picking up the Rama rock and roll music as well. So what are they going to do about it? Let's see here. We can react with enthusiasm. That's only 40. That's a pretty good. And we can finally have enthusiasm because we haven't been able to accomplish that this game. The signal is relayed to Gliese, and the scientific community rushes to build a whole fleet of additional space probes. This leads to a massive spike in technological development. Nice. I think we should go for that one. That's really cool. They're modernizing the appearance and function of everyday objects. They're mourning the death of a beloved philosopher president. How are the Taurian nations doing?